Guys, welcome back to Crowded Music. Today we are here with Joe from Idols, who are headlining Union Square today. How you been, man?
Good, very good.
We just spoke about how's it been for you so far?
Magic. I mean, it's kind of it's a strange tour because we did the Union tour, the Unity tour, sorry, and now we're just doing like festivals.
Yeah.
Here, there, and everywhere.
No, definitely. Well, have you managed to catch anyone so far today?
Today? Yeah. Kagul.
Who were on last minute as well, I think. Yeah, because I think it was Strange Birds was supposed to play today, they pulled out. So, yeah, great set by them.
Yeah, Kagul are a great band, and like their new album's amazing, and it sounded great live. Like, I was really chuffed at how they're playing it. It sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
So that was cool, and Turbo Wolf, who are always.
We just missed them.
They're cracking. They're always good. And who else did I see? Black Features.
Oh yeah, we caught them saying like so many noise from like the two piece.
Yeah, well, the guitarist is our producer, so he knows how to get a lot from not a lot.
Yeah, you just talk about you're doing a lot of like festivals obviously this year, and Handmade Festival being like a smaller scale, independent festival. How important do you think it is for, like, say, a bigger band like yourself to like pop around and like play these like smaller festivals? And obviously you've got your main like Reading, Leeds, Leicester, and all that.
I don't know. Like, I guess we're playing it as any band would at our level, which is that we're a small fish in a big pond, and a slightly medium-sized fish in a small pond. So we just get any opportunity and we play our best and appreciate everything we get, because we've been playing to 20 people every day for the last 6 years. So every gig's a blessing, and we're really enjoying our albums, and we're getting better live, and our audiences are more astute and they understand what we're about more now, so you get less machismo, less kind of aggression, more love, more community-based spirit, which is what we're all about. So it's a learning curve for us, and it's getting better and better.
Talk about the album, obviously, I think it's like just over a year ago now you dropped it.
Yeah.
So like reflecting back a year on, like how does it feel? Because I think last year, going into 2018, is probably like the biggest sort of success that you've had so far.
Yeah.
The album definitely helped with that a lot, but like about all the feedback and everything, like how did you like take it?
I think positive feedback's the worst. Because negative feedback, for me, is always a good thing.
It's like criticism, like constructive criticism.
Always.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if someone doesn't like it, then I like it, that's fine. But if someone tells me why don't I like it, it's interesting. And you don't always take it away and change what you do because someone doesn't like your shit. But it does mean that you learn.
Yeah.
But positive feedback, which we've got a lot of, can be quite cancerous on your writing because you're constantly trying to recreate what people like.
The follow-up record,
and that's unnecessary, and it ruins what I'm about. But like, obviously for some people, they probably embrace positive feedback in a way that's productive. But for me, I think I've learned to ignore it. The second album took a halt and was changed because I realised, lyrically, because I realised that I was overthinking and not enjoying my writing like I used to. So I'm back writing how I should.
Speaking of like second record, so you've already started on album 2 then?
Finished.
Finished? When can we be expecting it roughly? Like
later.
This year or next?
Yes.
Oh, pretty good. But, what is it going to be like? One thing I've always liked about you guys is, especially like your live performances as well, you've managed to sort of like channel that energy on the record, which I think is a lot of like difficult for bands to do. Because like when you're in the studio, obviously it's like tweaking it and all that, but live it's just you're just out there letting yourself go.
Yeah.
You managed to just let yourself go on the record.
Yeah.
So how important was that for you then? Like when doing Brutalism? Like,
it was paramount to our recording that we tried to capture as much of the energy from our live shows as possible. That is about unthinking when you're recording.
Yeah.
Try and play it as honestly as possible in a very pretentious situation, you know, like you understand that you're there under pressure, but what we did is we gave ourselves more pressure, which means we didn't have time to overthink what we're doing and go back and fix things. We kept the mistakes, and we gave ourselves 3 takes for each song.
Quite like impulsive then.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I mean, get out.
Yeah, we practiced and practiced and practiced so that it was almost an automatic process by the time we were in the room. And then we had 3 takes for every song, a lot of 1 takes, and that was it. And then we left.
Yeah. Also, going back to what you said about the writing it now being like this and everything. Another thing I love about you guys is obviously this punk sound and everything. You're trying to go like a lot of political themes and all that, but at the same time you manage to like just make it sound fun, like just not. There are some serious issues you're obviously touching upon, but like they're not going about them in like a serious way that sort of makes sense.
Yeah.
So how important do you think it's for like bands to do that, not like take themselves too seriously, I guess?
I don't know. I think there's room for artists to do whatever they want.
Yeah.
I think there's artists out there that are very serious about their politics. There's bands like Pussy Riot who have risked their lives to do what they do. And I think that's vital to them, and I think that's really cool and important. I think what artists should do is be as honest as possible and enjoy themselves and love what they do through their own voices. I like to laugh about things, and I like to, you know, I find the NHS it was a very important thing in my life. It saved my mother's life on many occasions, and it made my life and my mother's life way more comfortable and sustainable. But in saying that, you know, there's still an element of laugh or cry about these situations, and I found myself with my mum in hospital laughing about things because that's how you get through it. So part of my personality has to be in the writing for me.
Yeah.
But like, I think it depends on who you are. I think it's up to you how you voice your opinions. But for me, there's, you know, it's like the fable of the sun and the wind trying to get the man to take his jacket off. I think if you show people love and joy and try and make people understand that the humane part of politics is everything. Politics is the structuring of human well-being and welfare. So, you know, life and people are beautiful and fun and loving, and if you highlight that, then it gets people out. It gets people taking their coats off and being vulnerable and opening up to new ideas and changing things.
Yeah, I think you kind of like, that's just the way you sort of like conveyed all that in the music. It just sort of like, how important was it for you for like in the writing in order to like relate to say, I don't know, like the common man that's just like, say, just your average everyday like.
I think it was important for me to try and change the narrative slightly so that people were able to see that we as people in the band are very fallible and human and broken and fat and old and alcoholics and drug addicts, and you know that is normal. Normally what you find is, you know, a lot of people read The Outsider, the book, and found themselves in that protagonist. Most people are outsiders. There's not many people inside that circle. Most people feel like they're outside. They just don't realise that they are the majority. And if you change the narrative of you're on a bigger platform and you can convey your art to more audiences and actually convince them that they're important, then it's a beautiful thing. So, yeah, I think it's just about trying to practice normality, and mundanity is a beautiful and violent thing, and it can be more important than the dramatic and the flamboyant and the, you know, because we're not all David Bowies.
Exactly. So going about like using your platform, that leads perfectly to one of my questions. I want to like speak a little bit, just spoke about the album and also it's been out for like a year now, you're probably like sick to death of speaking about
I'm
it.
not sick to death of it. No, it's fine. It's I love it, man.
One thing I do want to talk about is Balley Records and like, because I'm quite fascinated.
Balley.
Oh, is it Balley? Ah.
It's alright. No, it's fine.
But how did that come about, like doing your own record label? It's very like DIY.
Yeah.
And like for a band like yourself, like exactly again, using the platform like on the bigger scale that you are, helping out the smaller guys.
Yeah, I don't think we're very big yet.
No, I mean...
But I see what you're saying. It's a lot to do with our manager, who is a big part of Balley Records. He's a very hard-working man. And there's a fine line between the perspective of DIY and what it means and what it actually is to people. Doing it yourself is often a necessity in the music industry.
Exactly, yeah.
There's not a lot of money flowing about. I know a lot of bands that are DIY that don't call themselves that. They're just
you happen to like just fall into it.
They're just really.
You don't really have a choice. Like.
Yeah, there's not like everyone's throwing TVs out the window anymore, and good for that because it's sorting the wheat from the chaff. What it means is there's not a lot of like bloated egos. It means that if you want to do this, you've really got to put the hours in. And now we're in a position where we have a platform and some money to reinvest in bands that we love. That's it. Like it's something that we always want to do. We will keep doing. And it's like we've got our foot in the door,
Yeah.
So like we just kind of it's like having a back door to a party and just getting 5 of your mates in every now and again.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
So speaking of just like bands you love, so is that basically how like Lice came about then? When you decided to pick them?
Lice were, without doubt, the most exciting band that were around, that were on the verge of putting out a record.
They talked with you like a couple of times as well, so like I mean that would have been like great.
Yeah, they're fun. They're fantastic. They're like they're very different to us as a band and people, and they're super interesting and quite intimidating to watch them live because they're so talented and. Just being able to get behind them and give them a bit of money is magic.
Yeah, so and obviously they're doing, was it the double EP that they're putting out?
Yeah.
Yeah, so how about that? Was that like your guys' decision or like them?
Obviously like theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much
they're very strict on what they do.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be Mark, our manager, who's one half of Balley, really. He's their manager, and he's very kind of open-minded to what we want and what they want.
Yeah.
And they've got a very strict narrative, and they're working to it. So they wanted to put out a double EP. They wanted to put certain things to bed to move on onto their next record, and they had everything behind it: the art, the videos, the music, everything. The whole concept behind it was there already. We just had to go, cool, that's a great idea, thanks.
How much, say, the band, you guys, or like Mark, how much, like, do you get any, like, creative input? Do you just, like, let them do their own thing, just, like, you just trust their judgment? Is there anything you, like, you kind of, like, pick up on and say, well, it's not bad, but maybe do it a little bit differently? Like...
There's two things I gave my personal artistic advice on. That was it.
Yeah.
But like they've got it all down, and they're very passionate and talented people. So you don't need to.
Yeah, it's just like you just trust their judgment.
Like if they had more things that I thought they needed help on, I'd try and give them guidance. But I'm like we're not that kind of label yet. We never will be really. We're not like an infrastructure. We're just a couple of people trying to help certain people out that we really love. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to stand on anyone's toes, because if you're standing on their toes too much, you don't like what they're doing.
Yeah.
And like they've got a lot of foresight and they know what they're doing. So it was just like little things that I thought could be better in a certain way. Well, two things, but that was it. And they were minor things.
It's like a collaborative thing, obviously, because like you're all like friends and everything. So I'm just happy to do it, and if anything, it's just going to make it better. At the end of the day, it's like going back to what you said about constructive criticism. Yeah. Like, instead of having like yes men around you, It's important to have that sort.
Yeah, if I thought they were going to do themselves damage somehow, I would definitely help them out.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that happening anytime soon.
Yeah. Have you experienced any of that with like?
Yeah, loads. Marco's given us a lot of help. Our producer, Space, gave us a lot of help and steered us in the right direction. I think when we started out, we were shit, and it took us a long time to figure out what we were doing. But what you have, it's like good management is leading by example and like allowing you to make certain mistakes to grow, but also steering you away from big mistakes. And it's just about good guidance, really. Like allowing someone to breathe, but not hyperventilate.
Yeah, so it's just like, yeah, exactly, just going back to the one or two things, exactly, like, just like little, like, just trying to find their little niche, I guess,
Yeah.
what it is. And like you said, they're so different and out there, doing so many new different things, you've got to try and, like, would you say you need to try and find a way to, not tone it down, but maybe something that you'd like, but it might not be someone else's cup of tea? Do you, like, care about that, or again, just let them do it, and just, like...
What, if there was a band on our label?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll have to learn that as it happens, but I don't ever want to feel like I'm anyone's boss in a label sense.
The corporate do this,
like
do
it
that.
will literally be like we'll give you a platform to do what you want to do, but we're not going to invest in anyone that we don't believe in 100%. We haven't got the money, time to do it.
Exactly. That again leads on to the next part. So like future artists, like is there any you like say have in mind? It'd probably be a little way down the road because this is your first one. But are there any other like names coming about you?
Yes, but I can't.
Obviously can't say.
But yeah.
There are like future.
There's a couple that I really want to work with. I wanted to work with Kagul, but the time spaces didn't match up. Alright, Lee. Hello. Is that coffee? But at the moment, the rule number one is for us is if we're gonna invest in an act, it can't be that much money because we haven't got much, but it would be as much of our passion and hard work as we can give. And if we don't think we can give them everything that we have, then we're not going to do it. So if we've got the time and the energy to give them 100%, then we'll do it.
Yeah, because you guys are almost like touring basically full time now.
Yeah, for this year, 100%. Yeah, and I was on the back foot with Lice, to be honest. Marco did nearly all the work. I just had to do a few things
here and there.
Yeah,
keep an eye on.
I'm like the haggard face of Balley Records. But yeah, I will not do anything unless it's completely 100%.
Even before Idols, was a label doing your own label something that you've ever had in mind, or is it just sort of the way you climbed up the industry and met people? It's just
I didn't realise I was going to DJ until a week before, and then I DJed for 6 years. I didn't realise I was going to be a band until the day, and then I started a band. I didn't realise there was going to be a label until I realised it, and then Marco made it happen. No, it's just I set myself goals that are realistic, and I stick my head well in my work, keep my head down, and make sure that everything I do is done to the best of my ability, so I don't look around for new things all the time. I've got things that I love doing now, and I will make sure this label works to the best of its ability.
Before we leave you, I know you're very busy. Any new artists or whatever, or old current artists that you listen to at the moment, you think anyone should check out?
Absolutely.
Obviously, other than check out Lice, of course.
Yes, please. Num.er, they're amazing. Or Number, the number. Bambara, are very good. Moaning, very good. Frigs are very good. And then Spectre's new stuff is sounding great.
Yeah, they were here yesterday as well. So.
Were they?
Yeah.
Spectres?
Spectre.
Oh, not Spectre. Spectres. Spectres are like a noise band from Bristol. Heavy Lungs from Bristol, they're fucking amazing.
So pretty heavy on the Bristol sort of like.
There's some good bands coming out of Bristol, yeah. Fontaine's DC from Dublin. I can go on.
Yeah, you can go on. I would cheers to sit down with this.
Ah, pleasure. Thank you very much.
And, be sure to subscribe, follow us on all the socials, links down below. Okay.
Behind our school gates, men are scared, women will laugh in their face, whereas women are scared, it's their lives men will take.